Email signatures, or to be more precise, email signature rules, are managed directly from your web browser. You can manage them personally, or you can delegate other users or groups, such as your marketing team, to manage them instead. Signature rule admins are delegated by opening the tenant settings and navigating here. By default, the list contains all your organization's global admins, and they can't be removed to avoid situations where no one can access and manage signatures. From now, let's say that you, as a global admin, will set up the signature rules, so you don't need to change anything here. Okay, now you're ready to create your first email signature rule. Click the Signatures tab to open the Signature Management page. Since you're a signature rule admin, you can jump right in. Otherwise, you might need to sign into a Microsoft account that has permissions to manage signatures. Let's get started and create a new signature rule that adds automatic signatures to selected users in your organization. You previously set up the program to add email signatures in the cloud, so you need to choose this rule type. This is a wizard that guides you through the process. To start, type a name of your rule and add a description if you want. Now you need to specify which users in your organization will trigger this rule and get a signature. You can select all users, add them one by one, pick groups, or use the Azure AD filter. The most common approach is to use Microsoft 365 groups or distribution lists when configuring conditions. This lets you easily set up signatures for different departments or people in your organization, like sales, customer support, or C-level executives. And these groups will be dynamic. In other words, if an admin adds or removes users from these resources in the Exchange Admin Center, these users will automatically get or stop getting signatures. On the other hand, the Azure AD filter option allows you to configure very precise conditions. Let's say you want to create an email signature for C-level staff, but you do not have a specific AAD group for them. For this, you need to choose the Active Directory field title, leave the operator as contains, and add values such as chief, director, president, and so on. Set the filter to work if at least one of these conditions is met. You can also exclude users from getting the signature in exactly the same way. You can also add this signature only when emails are sent to specific recipients. For example, you can insert it to external emails only because you're going to prepare another signature for internal messages. Or you can exclude a specific language group from getting this signature because you'll be creating a copy of this signature in French or German or any other language you need. It's really easy. Just use the email address picker to exclude your signature from emails sent to addresses ending with French or German domains or similar. Pretty neat, right? But that's not all. Your signature can be added or excluded only when specific keywords or phrases are used in the email subject or body. This way you can finally replace those sent from a phone text signatures inserted by mobile devices with fully branded HTML signatures. See how quick it is. Just add a new keyword and type the same phrase that is added by mobile devices used in your organization. Select the option to search in the email body and to remove this phrase from the message. You can add several different phrases to cover all devices. These plain text signatures will be removed and replaced with your new signature instead. Now by default, the rule is active all the time, but you can also turn on the scheduler and set the rule to be active for a certain custom period. For example, if you plan a winter email marketing campaign with Christmas banners, or you can set it to repeat on specific days or months. The scheduler will help you cover all scenarios. One last step before you start designing your signature. You need to decide what happens if you have more signature rules. Should other rules be processed after this one? With the default setup, if this rule is applied, the next rules on the list will not be processed. But if it's not applied, the CodeTwo service will process the rule that follows it. All the conditions are set up, so it's time to design the email signature for this rule and set up how it appears in email conversations. First, you can choose if you want to have the same signature in all messages or if you want to have two signatures, one added to the first email of a user in the thread and the second one used with the second and all subsequent messages of the same user in the same conversation. You will need to design both signatures here. You can also add a signature only to the first email of a given user in the thread, or you can select custom setup for even more advanced scenarios. Let's assume you want to add this signature to every email. Of course, this email needs to meet the conditions you defined earlier to get the signature. This option is selected by default, so the plain text emails, such as those sent from a phone, are automatically converted to HTML to get a fully branded signature if they fall into this rule. Okay, now for the fun part. Let's launch the email signature template editor. You haven't created any signature yet, so the editor opens with the template library. There are plenty of professional signature layouts here to choose from. Just click a template and you're able to quickly customize it. You can remove the fields you know you don't need. Don't worry, you can always add them on your own later. Click Open to load the template into the editor. You can now personalize the signature some more. The editor is very easy to use and does not require any HTML skills, which means you don't have to be an IT person to handle it. And if you are one, you can delegate the design to non-IT people. As you can see, the signature already includes placeholders that will be automatically replaced with sender's info from Azure Active Directory when an email is sent. You can, for example, add a quick meeting link here at the bottom that will automatically launch a Teams meeting with the email sender. Let's just add some label and voila! You can also remove the banner at the bottom to make the signature smaller. Okay, perfect. Let's replace the default logo with yours. Just select it and go to the Picture tab to insert another logo from a local file. And the best part is the logo will be embedded, so it will always be visible to email recipients. You're not limited to signature here. You can go to the Email Layout tab to add an email header or side banners, or see how these sections appear in a sample email conversation. But let's keep just the signature now. You can preview the signature to see what it looks like for yourself, or you can select other users to see their contact details. If you think it's ready, go ahead and apply it to your rule. Okay, the rule and the signature are now fully set up. You can go ahead, save and publish it now, and it will immediately start working in your organization. If you don't want to go live at the moment, just click Save and you'll be able to publish it later. So, let's just go ahead and publish it and bring your email communication to the next level. From now on, any email sent by our organization that meets the conditions of the signature rule you created will automatically get the signature you designed. You previously set up CodeTwo to insert signatures in the cloud right after an email is sent, so they will always be added, no matter what devices or apps are used to send messages. Pretty cool, right? When signatures are added in the cloud, some users might still want to make sure their signatures have actually been added to their emails. There are two ways to do that. They can preview their cloud signature as they type using an Outlook add-in, or they can view the email with the signature directly in their Send Items folder. This requires simple configuration by a global admin, so see the links in the description to learn how to set up both options. If you want the CodeTwo service to add signatures directly in Outlook as users type, instead of adding them later in the cloud, you need to have it working in the Outlook aka client-side signature mode. This mode uses a modern Outlook web add-in that we've developed together with Microsoft as the world's first email signature web add-in for Outlook and OA. You decided about the signature mode in your organization when you first set up the CodeTwo service, but you can change it anytime. To do that, open your tenant settings in CodeTwo admin panel and navigate here. If you want to switch entirely to Outlook signatures, select this mode. Or if you want some users to have signatures in Outlook and others to have signatures added in the cloud, choose the combo mode here. So let's use the combo mode. Apply the changes and you will see instructions on how to deploy the CodeTwo Outlook add-in. You can also find them in the upper right corner of this video and in the description. Our Signatures web add-in can be automatically deployed from Microsoft 365 Admin Center or AppSource, and users don't need to install anything. Once you have the add-in enabled for the people you want, you need to create email signature rules for them. It's the same as before. Open the signature management page, but here, instead of creating a rule that adds signatures in the cloud, choose this rule type. The configuration is similar to what I presented before, just remember to specify the right senders. These need to be the users for which you deployed the Outlook add-in. One important step that's different are the settings here. You can make the add-in insert the signature automatically for new messages, replies, and forwards, and decide how the signature interacts with other user-defined signatures in Outlook. Signature design is also the same as what I showed earlier. Once you have all the steps configured and your signature template is designed, go ahead and publish this rule. Now let's see what happens when a user who meets the conditions of your rule starts composing a new message in Outlook. Boom! The signature from CodeTwo is automatically added. If you designed more signatures for this user, they can be selected by opening the add-in pane from the ribbon. Just click any signature to replace the current one. Easy as 1, 2, 3. These signatures are synchronized with CodeTwo, so any changes that you as a signature rule admin make to your company's signatures will be instantly updated in users' Outlook signatures. So that's basically how CodeTwo email signatures work. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just go ahead and contact us. Our customer success team is there for you 24 hours a day. See the links at the end of this video and in the description for additional information.